Good morning, Panama, and welcome to another Panama Cross Talk. I'm your host Eric, and here we're going to start talking about some instant growth that's happening, not just in Panama but many other Latin countries, and people are looking and having the opportunity to move abroad, invest, and have that dream life that they thought was not obtainable. And to talk with me about that is no other than Mr. Jeffrey Carter. Bring him on. Welcome back, Carter.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Um,
Yeah, so the growth, the investment opportunity is real, and there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of people seeing the opportunity and the low financial barrier to get in on some of these new developments. We're talking like $5,000 down and then paying over 2 years to come up with the 40%, and then upon delivery the rest. And many of these projects, developers are carrying the note, so you don't even have to deal with banks as far as you getting loans and stuff like that. So what what say you on this?
no longer waiting to exhale. That's what I say. And it's not going to Jamaica to do it. Panama seems to be an excellent location because of how it's set up economically, financially, the banking, the developers, the real estate developers. I had to brush off my little real estate um, license and get up to date on some of the things happening in Panama since so many people are looking at the real estate opportunities and projects here in the city and throughout the other outlying areas. Um, and so I started kind of pursuing more information, not to be just an information gatherer or provider, but from a standpoint of how do I protect those investors who are in real estate coming to Panama, seeing that I know a lot about it from a commercial as well as residential, being licensed in the state of Texas, both on federal and state law. So I wanted to make sure that if I recommend somebody to do something or go somewhere and they have questions, that I'm very specific in what to do and how to do it in Panama, because it's totally different than doing it in the United States. So, seeing that we have an investment group coming with Michael Basin the end of April. And right now the count was at 50. And he opened it back up for more people to come because it closed out so quick just over a weekend. So you have the interest is there. And these are not just people that are just seeking, they're looking to really invest. And I think that's important that they have solid information that they can make decisions on.
Right, right. And a lot of the places are all kind of different locations. There's places for people that want hands off, that want uh, to be in an Airbnb zone, because there are not every place throughout Panama City is legal Airbnb. So make sure if you are just looking for that Airbnb investment, that the place is registered as being able to do short-term rentals. Because personally, I wouldn't want to be a full-time resident in an Airbnb building condo unit when you know what that entails and what that's going to be bringing. You know, loud noise, late night parties, and people that here just for a weekend
Yeah.
to have fun or something. So there's certain places that are designated that are being Airbnb for those that want to invest in those types of investments, and then just long term investments. Some may want to do the long term, the big picture. Some may want to use it for getting the residency. Uh, Lots of options out there for individuals to choose Panama. So, location, the closeness to the U.S. It's not across the pond like Spain may be or Thailand may be. Although like the Asian countries are quite a bit uh, lower cost. You got to deal with all the, the money denominations and the different currencies and stuff like that. But so that's what makes Panama so attractive. 3 to 4 hours, being able to be back there, and you can then still work on your lifestyle and have the lifestyle that you want and that you deserve without all the stigma that many people have lived with for years in the states. So what do you see, and what do you hear? What people are talking about when you meet them? Because you greet a lot of your guests personally. You've been really consistent about doing that. Uh, what do they say the reasons are that they're checking out Panama?
Well, it's just that economically, the things they worked hard for is getting less and less value. Their income is the same, but the value of the dollar is so low because of the cost of inflation and higher prices has minimized them to, if they're making 7,000 a month, uh, you got 40 to 50% of that is due to increase in prices at the stores and the pump. So it's basically taken into that, or their quality of life is going to change, has changed to where they're not doing the activities they used to do that they could afford to do, going out to eat and what have you. Just different normal things have starting to be too costly for them to enjoy their life. So they're looking for that change. And they, like me, I saw that my quality of life was not going to get better in the United States 4 years ago. And I said, it's time for me to leave. And I was right in my prediction that, it's not going to get better in my lifetime. And who am I to play with the rest of my life? I'm not that guy. If I see
Yeah.
it, you better believe what you see. It's not pretending, because we talked about having the experience and the wisdom to identify it and then react on that. And I think that most people that are in my situation or better situations than me, they're using their experience and wisdom to make a decision to say it's time to leave, and the time for us to leave now while we're able, physically, mentally, and really financially prepared to do it. That's what I'm
Correct.
seeing.
Oh, right, right. Uh, People are seeing that it's possible. They're seeing that the relief they get, what's the word I'm actually searching for? I mean, I seen it years ago, and I knew it wasn't going to get any better, and I just knew I wanted to spend my last 20, 30 years, hopefully, of my life stress free, without having to look over my shoulder, uh, deal with all the
That's what they get when they come here to
yeah,
visit. That as an option of them to locate, they feel this, that there's no stress,
yeah,
you know. And they were like, man, I come here, and man, the stress is just instantly gone. They can put their guard down. They can live and be normal. They can walk on the streets
yeah.
without fear
Day or
of
night,
being stopped, day or night.
right?
Uh, so, and then they see the amazement of the big skyline, the skylight of Panama City, and it's the big city feel, but they're in Panama. That's one thing I want to say. Panama is not a third world country. It's a hybrid third world country, meaning that when you're in the city, you're basically, uh, I guess, protected from seeing um, the very poor people of Panama and the rural communities in Panama that really need assistance and help, but that there is none for them. But what I am saying is this: we are in a class, should I say, an income bracket that allows us to live very comfortable in the city, which in American cities, we wouldn't try it. Because even though we move to the suburbs, it's still expensive in the suburbs. So that tells you in the interior of a city, it's even more expensive to try to live in the interior in high rises and ocean views and just the things that Panama City offers. to the person that want to be in a very uh, high traffic, walkable area like the city is very walkable, affordable Uber drives and rides. $2-3 for an Uber to get to one destination or another. Maybe $5 max if it's a little bit more distance. But the convenience that they have in a large city, there's over 1 million people in Panama. Um, they will find amazing and how they can live here versus how that same dollar would not even come close to living this comfortable every day.
That's right, and that's what it's about. It's about living your best life without having to deal with a lot of the, I would say, trauma that many people now. I mean, Afro Americans have been dealing with trauma in the U.S. for decades. We all know that, but the rest of the population now is actually seeing what we've been feeling most of our lives. So with just the madness, you can't even say it's craziness no more. It's just the madness, and people not wanting to identify that and call it what it is. I mean, you talk about sticking your head in the sand. I mean, people not wanting to talk about it and all that, but it's just no bueno. Muy,
Yeah,
muy, uh, and people are when they come and travel, some of them for the first time out of the country, and they're just able to walk around freely. They're eating the food, and they're seeing that it even tastes different. They're feeling healthier. You have the energy to walk around the city all day long. You see some pretty dramatical changes just within a couple of weeks when people are able just to uh, experience the people, the culture. And I recommend for those that have moved down within the last week, the last month, the last 2 months, get out and immerse yourself around that culture. Take time to just look at everything and hear the sun comes up every morning at the same time, and it goes down, it sets at the same time. And uh, go to Metropolitan Park up there, the rainforest right above the city, and overlook the city. I mean, there's some amazing sights. Climb Anton Hill if you can. Yeah, there's just so many different things among than just eating. I mean, the food is addictive. We like to eat
exactly.
the food and be around the people, but with the culture, that's what I fell in love with, decades ago, and I knew this was the city that and the country that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, and talked about it constantly to my brother, and who now lives full time in Panama City. And for those that say it's too loud, hey, but you still want the comforts and everything there are many suburbs outside the city, and you can be within the city within 5 to 10 minutes. So you
Yeah.
can live in a place where it's quieter but not an hour away from the city, but 10 to 15 minutes. So don't think just because you hear people talk about walkable and you can go this way, you can live in the suburbs outside of the city area, and there's anywhere from condos to homes that are available for rent and at a lower cost too. So uh, make no mistake, there's something for everyone, and you can still have some of that city life uh, without having all the noise and the horns blowing and all that, and still be muy tranquilo, meaning just quiet, calm, and relaxing.
Well, one of the things I want to say is that, people ask me, do I drive in Panama? Yes, I do. Uh, I drove within 3 days of getting here. The realtor that I had at the time had a vehicle sitting in her garage due to COVID and hadn't been using it. And I told her I'd buy it. And so I've been driving ever since I've been here. Um, to me, it's controlled chaos. It's no different than any other place. It's just that you got to know the horn is not cussing people out. The horn is just letting people know I'm here.
Yeah,
Uh, that's what that is. It's very affordable. I'm driving a Chinese made car that I couldn't do in any, you know, back in the U.S. I couldn't buy it because it's not available.
Right.
These are great vehicles to have, and everybody's so excited when they see them. They're like, "What kind of car is this?" They see the comfort, they see the luxury, they see a lot of different things that at $25,000 to $30,000, they get a nice brand new SUV, a modern, state of the art, smart car that's made in China and sold here in Panama. So you'll be able to have access to things that you would never have access to at these prices in the U.S. Uh,
Right.
and
Right.
very high quality. My payment, and that's the other thing too. I financed mine with the bank here in Panama, and again, some people didn't have
Say
success.
it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Yeah, yeah. So the things that we could do in the U.S., we can still do it here. It's just that you got to know how to do it,
Right.
and what you see and what you hear from people passing information on is different than a person who's actually buying a car here, financing a car here, having credit cards issued to them by the banks here based on your income stability, which we have to provide when we enter this country. And I basically will tell everybody your lifestyle will get better immediately once you let go of that financial pyramid that has held you down all these years in the United States. I don't own any credit in the United States anymore. What is a beacon score? I don't have one because my income was my credit. And then after I established credit, they do have a credit system that tracks your credit that you do establish here. And it's Experian Panama. It's not
Yeah.
Experian United States.
Right.
It is Experian is a software development company that has credit reporting applications for any country in the world, but they're not tied together. So what you do establish here is your new identity based on your actual income, and that's what's important. Your income in the United States is great. Your income here is better, and you're treated accordingly as they look at you as someone that has the ability to increase their bottom line, because that's what it's all about, business decisions. And we're very solid when it comes to that. When they see we're not in their credit system and don't have bad credit in Panama, they're not actually concerned about your credit in the United
Panama.
States. And they're not concerned about
Oh
your
yeah.
credit in the United States.
Yeah. Yeah. They
That's
don't
why
care
you,
what happened back then. We had our own little talk about that one time just on the phone. Uh yeah. You can set yourself up. They're not looking at any of that credit stuff back in the States. So uh leave that
yeah,
leave that stress and drama back there.
yeah, because there's a lot of people that have great income,
Yeah.
but their credit was very impacted in a negative way due to COVID. And they're
Mm,
still behind the curve on that. Well, here, that doesn't matter. All that matters is where you are today
right.
and what you represent to Panama and how you're able to get back to the good person that was reliable based on credit to be given to you and responsible. So that's where we are in Panama. So that's just another mark or a few boxes you can check when you ask the question, well, what about if I have bad credit? It's been asked to me, uh, and some people have bad credit because of COVID, or divorce, or a health issue, or
Medical
any
bills.
number of
Yeah.
things.
Right.
So you're not punished in Panama for going through that. You
Yeah.
survived it. You're able to move on from it, and Panama is welcoming you without all that red tape and all the things that you've been held down and you may feel bad about because you weren't able to meet those obligations. A government shutdown. You missed a few paychecks. You couldn't pay somebody. Well, there went your credit score. So there's a lot of things that doesn't come into play in Panama, that these are real pluses when you're considering making Panama home. Unlike a lot of other countries that you will not get the same benefit. You will not get the same opportunity for credit because it's not there available to you because you're not from there.
Right.
So those are just things, nuggets I have to drop on you because I'm living proof of that. I'm not somebody that's talking about it. I'm living proof of utilizing Panama's financial system to benefit me and put me back to where I'm comfortable. Everybody like to have a few credit cards here and there.
Yeah.
So I'm no different than the rest of you. And I use that just based on my income, not based on any other income or business owner. None. I never use nothing business related to obtain a credit card
Interesting.
or finance my car.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. I've used banks to benefit me with it in trading and stuff. And it's interesting how laws just get changed real quick when they see you doing something that they've been doing for decades.
oh wow, see that's it. What you just
Using
said
other
there,
people's money to make money. Yeah.
yeah.
And they something else.
Don't try to use other people's money to make money. But one thing I can say about that is that's not Panama's mindset because they know it takes money to make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and if you have the ability to pass that test in order to get into that circle, here, it's not based on uh, the government not wanting to see you successful. It's not based on that. It's based totally on you. And they're not saying, "Oh, bring me this document, bring me your mama's address and birth certificate." It's not based on putting the whole family up just in order to get something in Panama. It's just
Right.
based on you.
Right. Right. It's a lot very easy to navigate. It has its challenges, but you just you have to know how to roll with the punches, so to speak. So uh, lots of opportunity, and if you're just looking to retire and relax and live on your own clock, when and where, do what you want when you want, uh, Panama has been number one for a reason because you have that opportunity to do that. So it's going to continue to grow. The growth is onward and upward in a projection that we see for anywhere from 5 to 10 more years of just some massive growth. And the country itself, with this infrastructure, is booming. The finish of the tunnel, the extension of the rails. Uh, there's lots of good things in the future with the country when you look at just the benefits and the discounts that you can get. So, what other things do you see in the future with its growth that you can see the city and even some of the Altus Maria mountain regions right outside of the city that's only like about an hour.
hmm Well, I see a lot of interest in people that don't want the hustle and bustle of the city. They want to go in the what we call the interior of Panama, which is the suburbs of Panama, um, but specifically Panama Pacifico, because it's right over the bridge, and it has the ocean view and certain projects that are being developed there. It has the greenery that people like. It's a very fast growing community of renters and investors. They have a few projects out there going on as well for 300 plus thousand, and then you got the upper uh, price real estate out in that same area. So that the growth is coming, the growth is here. The projects is already ground is already broken, construction is already started in different projects, and I would advise people to get in on the ground floor of these opportunities before the prices rises. because there are that many people coming. At the end of this month, there's an investment group coming from the U.S. That I was made aware of, with Michael Bazin and his group coming. And then there's some others that are coming and they're unannounced to our knowledge, but we're hearing it that they're coming looking for investment opportunities, whether it be Airbnb. A lot of these projects that I have knowledge of are projects specifically for investors for Airbnb, as well as slash residents for people that are going to be snowbirds. So there's a lot of that going on from a project, real estate project avenue, as well as individual investors that are looking for a home when they get here. They don't want to spend too much time renting, but as you mentioned before earlier, putting down your deposit earlier on these projects locks in your price.
Right.
It locks in your price. It locks in your price. Uh, Being able to do that at the infancy of it, because the more people would come, the more interest that they're going to have in these same projects, the price is going to increase because of the demand is higher. So
Right.
you're going to price yourself out of the range that you're comfortable in, and then you're going to be back into an uncomfortable area. But a lot of these people have their own money that they can use, so it's easy for them to put down $5,000 or $10,000 for a project or an apartment in that new project that may be finished within the next year or less.
Yep.
So those are things that I see that's happening right now, and that I'm privy to be a part of. Um, Knowledge, actual knowledge of how this works. Even when you mentioned developer financing, certain brokers and brokerage firms have access to banks that will finance you once the apartment is completed. So
Right.
using other people's money, you'll be able to do. And if you want to pay it off, and that's your forever home, then you can pay it off with the money that you was going to pay cash with anyway. But now you're already settled into it, and now you know this is where you want to be. If that's not where you want to be and you found something else, at least you still have the money in the bank that you can Airbnb this one if you bought right, if you invested right,
Right.
and then go to the home that you really would like to settle in now that you have the knowledge of living in Panama.
And a beautiful thing with that, to add to that, is if that said home is qualifies for the dollar amount for residency, the developer will give you a certificate that will be signed by them stating that this project was this dollar amount, and now you qualify instantaneously for your residency. So it's it's two different, it's two benefits in one. So uh look at those projects, guys. They're easily obtainable, and a lot of them get sold out very quickly. And within the some of the projects, just like you mentioned, some are coming due 2027, in 28, and in 2030. So some are just breaking ground now that will be done in 2030. So that kind of helps with your timeline, and maybe what timeline you're looking at is for making that transition. So
Yeah.
there's plenty of videos online, guys, that you could go check out and get information from, and how you do all this stuff. We're just bringing it to light for you if you're just watching us. So uh, we don't deal with any of that stuff. But to switch gears, uh, let's talk about your spot, Daiquiri 23, and what you have going on down there. You've been having a new look. You're cooking up some good things. You've got specials on certain days. You got fried pork chops. And man, you got some things going on that people don't know about, but we want you guys to check out daiquiri23.com, and you can click right on the menu and see some of these daily specials, these drink specials, happy hours. For those that always say, well, they don't have this or that, you don't find out because you don't check. No one's gonna come knocking on your door like a little gremlin and say, hey, they got some fried pork chops tonight. Come on, y'all. Use technology, the same technology you used back for wherever you came from. You have to use it down there. So some of you guys are bringing that old conditioning down there, and boy, y'all need to be cleansed and baptized because that's some ridiculous stuff I be hearing about, man. But y'all get some help soon. Y'all get some help. But what you
Yeah,
got going on there, brother?
well, again, I'm kind of glad you brought those things up because, again, I take every day as a new day, and I take it one day at a time, just like the renovation of um, the furniture and what have you. It was kind of demanded from me from the ownership of the mall. Since Daiquiri 23 is the face of the mall because I'm the only business open on
On
the
the outside,
exterior.
exterior, yeah, correct though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
So
it's
I,
nice.
I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. And it's just going to make me better for just appearance only. And then when they sit down, their expectation is maybe mediocre, but then when they get the food selected that they ask, what is your number one dish? I know it's going to be oxtails, but like you said, if you like a good fried pork chop, we got that for you. Just like over the weekend, I said, okay, let me do an oxtail mac and cheese bowl. I did that, and you'll be able to get an oxtail uh, rice and peas, um, sweet plantain bowl as well. So there's different things that we're adding to the menu that you're going to be very satisfied with. And I'm just the person that is creating um, what I think people like. And if
Mm.
they don't like it, okay, I'll take it off the menu and won't offer it again. If
Y-
you like it too much and there's not enough profit in it, I might take that off too, because it's all
Right.
about
It's all about business too.
yeah, it's all
It's about
about business
business.
decisions, what makes sense. Um, but we're always having, like tonight, we have our live music every Tuesday night. And there's just so many exciting things happening. I don't know a lot of it because I'm not on all the social media platforms and what have you. My head is in the sand. I'm focused on what does Daiquiri 23 need to do and what does it look like every day to people. I know I don't want people to come every day to Daiquiri 23 because if they come and they drink all the time, they got a problem. But I love seeing people when they do come and they just tell me, man, I just love coming here. I like the atmosphere. I just come to get a cold drink, sit down, and hopefully, just speak to you and ask questions or just becoming friends in the space. And I get a lot of that. They're just happy to be there and happy to be able to come and watch the game. Like this is March Madness.
Right.
It starts on Thursday. Basically, I think Wednesday night for some of them, the early one play-ins. So we have that going on. We have our like I said, Tuesday night live music, Wednesday game night. Thursday for anybody that just want to be having a good time or good
Knock some
atmosphere.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
knock some back, man.
We also have our smoking area for our cigar and bourbon drinkers. We have our hookah. We're doing things that uh, some people may not like because they're not smokers. They don't smoke hookah. But we have two separate spaces that divides the two between each other. Uh, but sometimes the husband smokes and the wife don't, and so she's normally going to still sit there with her husband now.
Right.
But these are things that's happening. Friday night karaoke has been kind of crazy, exciting because Panama got talent, man. I love seeing the talent when they come, and then when people get up there, you wouldn't expect to hear their voices like, what's that show that Simon's on, and you hear
Uh,
their voice.
yeah. I don't. If it's
Yeah,
Idol or The Voice or
yeah,
uh,
not American. Yeah, American Idol is when you hear the voice, when you hear those people, you like, I didn't expect that to come out of their mouth.
right, right.
It's that kind of thing that's happening with Deca 23 on Fridays. Uh, so we have a theme every day for people that may be looking for that. But if that theme ain't working that night, and I see a bunch of people that like salsa music, I'm gonna have that live DJ. Hey, turn this into a salsa party. I'm talking about we're not stuck. If it's Afro beats or whatever it is that's going to get people to having a better time, that's what we change to. So we're
Yeah,
flexible with that. And I think I have a good relationship with the mall that allows me to be able to do things like that, uh, and people feel like, wow, this is almost like being in the United States, which we're not trying to duplicate that. We're trying to do something in Panama that people are comfortable with. Um, we're blended. We're a blended community
A
where,
blended culture, and you want people to feel welcome.
yeah,
So when
I see
people
people.
sit there and say, "Well, I didn't like it," well, first off, you shouldn't be one of those individuals when you're in a Latin country to begin with. So,
Right, right. And people say, hey, man, you need to play more Latin music because we are in Panama. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got that. And, I'm married to a Panamanian. And so
right,
sometimes
oh,
when I want to get under her skin, I play some Luther Vandross because she don't even know what Luther is all about. I'm
no,
like,
man.
but I do. That's my night. uh,
Well,
but it's good to be able to do something and then the results that we are getting from it. I'm not saying it's unexpected or I wouldn't plan to do it. I plan things to trigger people into saying that's available in Panama. As a tourist, when they coming by, getting out of Uber, they're like, where's that music coming from? Because
right,
it's not what they're expecting. But then when they get there, it's just like, man, this atmosphere, just when we walk here and we sit down, the atmosphere is different.
yep,
And
it's a
they
vibe.
remember they
Right,
remember that experience of having that in Panama, and sometimes that tops off their trip. Sometimes that's a deal maker, that people were on the fence of where they should come and will they find a good comfortable place, a community spot that they can come to and just be comfortable. That would be a deal breaker because I've heard that several times. Hey, after coming here knowing that we can eat this type of food and listen to this kind of music, hey, that right there, and we're able to come and play spades or dominoes. Those are deal breakers for people thinking that, what am I going to do, the things that I like doing, is it going to be available in Panama, or I'm going to miss it? No, you don't miss it when you come to Daiquiri 23. You don't miss it because if I don't have it, I'll create it.
right, right.
Yeah.
So, and where can they catch you at on seeing what's happening for the daily activities and menus and anything that you throw together?
Yeah, they basically just have to go to the Daiquiri 23 Facebook page, the Daiquiri 23 Instagram page. Uh, I'm working on that TikTok. It's getting better and better. All they got to do is put in Daiquiri 23. Right now, at the moment, there's only one. And I don't know how I came up with that, but I guess it was God given. Uh, just based on life experiences, that's how I came up with Daiquiri 23. And big, you know, 23 fan, on all
Right,
levels. And
right.
I put
Old
it on.
school,
Yeah,
the real goat right there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So if I'm old enough to know that I was able to see him in person, on more than one occasion. So again, that's just an inspiration for me. That's a motivating factor for me to see that grind, and no plays off, no days off. That I have that mentality. That's why I'm there
Yeah.
every day. Uh,
So I had the luxury of doing security for them, MJ, Charles Barkley, and some others when they did the Golf International in Lake Tahoe. They
okay.
came into the high rollers room and we provided security. They like to have cigars. We had a cigar store there in that casino resort. So yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
stayed
talking
all
about.
night. Them some gambling fools right there, man.
Man, look, I think I told you about the time me and Lawrence Taylor, man, we was on the golf course in Cable Beach, Nassau, Bahamas. Uh, love to gamble, man, but they like to cheat too. you
I
know,
believe it.
yeah. So Lawrence Taylor and I, man, we had a good relationship. He would call me up on the phone, tell me to get my sticks, and come on out to Cable Beach. Uh, those were good experience because I treated him like he was just LT to me, not LT the Hall of Famer, and he was
Right.
still playing. He was still playing at the time. I treated him and talked trash to him just like I would to anybody else.
Right.
And he loved that part because I wasn't in awe. I was more competitive, but see him, I'm like, man, this ain't the NFL. This is golf, you
Yeah.
know. So I'm gonna get in there, get in that pocket of yours as well. as you try to get in mine. So it's going to
Right.
be on like that. So
Right.
it's good to be able to have those experiences. And as I think I shared with you, we had one gentleman last week uh, come there, and he was a member of the Washington Commodores. Uh, and I recognized him, but I never invaded his privacy or whatever. Like I just shook his hand uh, and didn't say anything about who he was or anything like that. I did make a comment. I was like, "Man, you got a handshake like an NFL player." That's what I did. He said, "You got one too." I said, "But I ain't never had no NFL player ambition or expertise. Uh, but I may have did a few things back in the day, but nothing like what I see other people doing in the league. So
Right.
those were good things, man.
Yeah,
That I,
we're getting them all down. We're getting them, making Panama home too. They're coming down
yeah.
and
Just I did tell you the gentleman 2 weeks ago. He came by, and he was an NFL player back in the day in the '76, Harvard grad. He played for the Cleveland Browns, and he asked me, was I a card collector? I said, no, sir, I'm not. And then he pulled out of his pocket. He said, "Where you're one now," and he gave me his NFL playing card uh, back when he was a defensive player for the Browns. Um, I had to look him up, man, but it was on the information was on the back. But that's what we're getting in Panama. We're getting people that have great life experiences, and they decided that it's time for them to move on and bring their talents and their wisdom to Panama. And I love that part.
yeah, right. There's all a lot of people, all backgrounds, all walks of life coming down. We love to see it. Of course, we're gonna get a few of those snapper heads too that sneak in the cracks. We know who you guys are. You guys better learn to adapt because there's no room for none of that foolishness you bringing from up from the states and stuff or wherever you're coming from.
Look,
So
look, let me say this though. You know how Muhammad Ali is like. Yeah, I know you don't like me, nothing. I'm gonna give you a love and a hug, but I'm gonna say take that with you. I'm gonna give you a little strong jab.
right, right. So guys, catch Daiquiri 23 on the socials, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and daiquiri23.com, number 23.com. Check out the menu. Go there. It's got good energy when you're right there on the start of Balboa and all that energy, the horns, the beeping. It's all good. And when rainy season starts picking up, guess what? You can still be outside without getting wet. And for some of you guys that say it's too hot, that just means you staying inside too much. Your body should be acclimated now to that, to being outside. So got some learning to do. So pick
And
up.
I want to say this before you go. I know people are gravitate and love to go to rooftops. Uh, we're not a rooftop. I think
No.
I think we're better because we're here for everybody.
Right.
Rooftops are great for Instagram shots and things like that. But if you're looking for real experiences and memorable experiences, meeting expats and what have you, rooftops are for celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, and what have you. But if you're looking for just a real down home atmosphere where you can chill, be entertained, you can dance, you can have just about anything that you bring to the table. I didn't say me bring to the table. I'm at the place, but you can bring your energy, and that creates the environment. And that's what people are doing. The people that love what doing that, and then they love saying, "I just want to be out among people and just have a nice time and conversations." If that's it, good music, uh, good food.
It's
So
an organic place to build community, and that's exactly what DAC 23 is doing, building community from the Panamanian community to the Europeans to the North Americanos. It's
yes,
building community, and if that's something you're interested in, being around like-minded individuals that don't bring all that drama and just blend in and that are tranquilo, then that's the place for you to be and for you to grow and nourish. and probably have more friends that you even had back in where you came from. So,
Oh, let me. I got a shout out to a young lady named Tanya that actually came to DACA 23. She's a musician. She's retired from the USAD, AID. Her and her friend, and she said, "Hey, your name is all over the different platforms." And when I asked where could I possibly go and play live music, because she's a musician, and DACA 23 was the name that kept coming up on all the different platforms. And I'm not able to see that, but just for her to share that with me, uh,
hey,
that's great. That is so great.
right, right,
Uh,
and they could. You already got live musicians playing now, and maybe you get another one, and someone
yeah,
to come out with some great vocals because Panama got talent, so you'll have it all right there.
yeah. She plays the 60s, 70s, 80s music that people love and know. She play a little rock. She play a little this and that. She plays everything. So again, these are the things that I'm talking about. And I met a Panamanian brother that has worked with Jamie Foxx. He gave me his resume, and his wife was a classic pianist.
Mm,
And he said, "Man, I'm gonna come back here and do a show just for DACA 23." These are the things that are happening when you have a location like DACA 23 that people just like are not expecting to exist. And when they
right.
see it, they gravitate into it, and they're offering, "Hey, how can I help? How can I help?" And it's hard for me to take somebody's help. Um, it's just hard for me to do that because it's just like, and
Yeah,
I'm,
get out of that old conditioning, brother. Gotta get that. Let it go. Just accept it. Let the
yeah,
universe give you what it's giving you.
yeah, it's hard, man. When people offer to help you, and they're not understanding it's not about them offering to help me. I love to help, but um, it's just been hard to take people for face value, you
Right.
know, and,
That
and,
was-
and that's how we've grown up, where
yeah.
people say one thing, but there's another something behind it,
Yeah.
and,
There's
and we
there's
don't let
true
it get.
genuine people that see what you're doing and that appreciate what you doing and what you went through to do it, and that's truly just want to be part of it, and that's their way of giving back. And
Yeah.
the universe is being good to you, brother, for that reason, and continued success onward and forward, and just growing the community, the organic way, and having integrity behind it, because that's the most important thing.
And we really need this community, um, and they need us,
Right.
and it's a win-win situation. I don't look down on anybody, uh, because I too was one of them. Grew up with nothing, you know. Grew up in the welfare system, um, and it's unfortunate they don't have welfare. Um, they don't have the different social programs to assist them. They don't even have cafeterias in schools. Yeah, but
Right. So it's well, we're about on the top of the hour almost, man. Boy, we did time goes by when topics are just flowing right, but that's how we do it, guys. Unscripted, just flowing with it. So until the next time that we get together, check out Daiquiri 23. You got ideas, anything like that? Hey, drop them in the description, and maybe Jeff will take care of it and do something. I
I
do
got into a
foresee
commercial too, man.
I foresee something on the menu.
What you see?
Oxtail tacos with pico de gallo.
We already have it.
Booyah, baby!
Hey, look. I'm gonna do a non, what you call it, sponsored commercial. This was brought to you by Crown Royal. Look, I said non-sponsored, but if you want me to sponsor you, come talk to me. But
All right, mate. It's been good. Until the next time. Next up. Peace and love.